first off, what led you to part ways with Jeff, and what are you looking for in a new coach?
I guess ultimately to make a coaching change or to take that decision, I felt, a team fundamentally that we'd kind of, I don't know if even plateaued is the right word, but we'd gotten to a point where, fundamentally with and without the puck, we had regressed. I don't know really how to answer that, what specifically I'm looking for. Obviously, there are areas of the game we need to improve upon, and I'm hoping a new coach can, a new voice, a new coach, a different approach, maybe a different way of doing things. We can improve the play, our team play, and the play of our players individually, because I think that we're not going to get rid of every single player here. We're not going to get rid of every single player here. We're not going to get rid of every single player here. We're not going to get rid of every single player here. They have to improve in a lot of different areas, and I'll be specific with each of them as I meet with them here in the off season, which is I am not going to restrict myself to any particular resume in who I determine the next coach will be. I have free agency coming up on July 1. I have this beautiful list of great players on there that would be a good fit for our organization. I have this beautiful list of great players on there that would be a good fit for our organization. Can I get any of those players? I have no idea at this point. So we're just going to continue with trying to draft well, trying to develop our young players, try to run a good program here in Detroit, try to run a good program in Grand Rapids, and kind of gradually keep improving. And there'll be some changes on our roster. To what extent, I can't really say that at this point, but there will be changes. There will be changes. There will be changes. My expectation will be that we improve in that area. We've got some decisions to make on our roster in all three, in goal, on defense, and up front. And we'll look at all the different areas that you can improve that, whether it's our younger players in our system taking a next step into the NHL, even for that matter, the trade market, which I hesitate to even say that because I don't foresee there being a real, trade that would make sense, and maybe something will come up. And then it's free agency and try to add to that. But you look at all the forward positions are D, and there's, depending on what extent we go with changes or don't bring players back, there may be more or less, more or fewer spots on the roster to need to address. We're very pleased with the season that Jonathan had. As we left him there the entire season. We decided at the end not to recall him. As an adjustment coming to play in the American Hockey League versus the Swedish Elite League that he played in. There's areas of his game we asked him to focus on and try to improve on, and he did that. And we're very happy with his progress. Does he have a chance to make the team next year? He does have a chance. Is he a lock to make it? I don't think so. Like, honestly, a year ago, I was uncertain as to, I thought Moritz could play in the league. I had no idea what kind of an impact that he would have. And really with Lucas Raymond at the start of the year, we felt like, he didn't play a lot in the Swedish league last year. We weren't sure he'd be ready. And we were kind of planning that for him not to be ready. And each step of the training camp and preseason, he hung in there and he excelled and he made the team. So I sit here today and I say, hey, I'm not going to pencil Jonathan Berggren into the lineup, but I'm also not going to say, hey, he's destined to play in GR. Let's see how training camp goes. Let's see how the preseason goes, and we'll make a determination at that point. But in the interim, in the off season, I will try to improve our team. And if I can acquire a player that I think is going to help us, I intend to do that. If I can acquire a player that I think is going to help us, I intend to do that. I don't sit here and plan on saying, hey, I'm going to give, prospect A, prospect B, they're getting a spot on the roster. I'm not going to do that. I think he's in consideration for it. Yes, he had a very good year. Frölunda's, we've had several players go through there. They're a very good team, very good organization. I played very well for them this year. He's big. He can skate. I say big. He's strong. He can skate really well. He does have a chance. Yeah, I don't want to say a real good chance to play in the NHL next year. And again, like it's a little, it's a bit of an educated guess based on, like we watch, you watch, okay, this is what Moritz Seider did in the Swedish league last year, kind of compare him to that. Can he have a similar impact? He's a different player than Moritz, really, and both very good young prospects, but a little bit of difference in the two of them, and we'll see how he does. But I'm optimistic, and we'll see. Are potentially pending free agents. History has shown that the majority of them re-sign or prior to free agency, and then of the group that's left, you have more than half the league competing for them, so you're lucky to get one, if any, and generally in getting them, you're probably going beyond what you really want to do to get them. So it's difficult. I don't plan for free agency. Like we'll explore free agency and try to get it, but I just find it's kind of a fruitless effort to say, hey, we're getting this player on July 1, and this is what we're prepared to pay him, and we're going to get him. And half the time you don't even get a chance to make the call because he's already signed. I would say to you, I don't think it would be appropriate to comment on or give you an idea of anybody that might be on my list. There will be changes. 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 There will be changes.